right, so to do this, basically, when you see the word product means to multiply. So it's really the answer to a multiplication problem. You should be writing this down. Okay.
What?
Go to page 12.
Okay.
So keep going. You're almost there. There it is. It's this page here. I'm going to be doing the two-sided papers weren't the best. So anyways, so that means multiply. Well, what are we going to multiply? We're going to multiply 10 and a number. So I'm going to say 10 times a number. We don't know what the number is. So whenever they don't tell us what the number is, we could say n or x. It doesn't matter. Any variable will work. Well, if you say 10 times a number, that's the same as just 10n. So whenever you have a number in front of a letter or variable, the implication is that it's 10 times n. Okay. Now the next one's a little weird because when we say 5 less than a number, the number is n, and really what we're doing is, what is 5 less than n? Well, it's n minus 5. Now what's confusing about that is that a lot of people will put the 5 in the front and subtract n, but you got to say it out loud. And then sometimes I like to plug in a number and see what happens. So if I say 5 less than 10 or 5 less than 20, and then I go, well, where would the 20 go? Well, the 20 would be in the front, and you would subtract 5 from it. Does that make sense? Okay. A number times itself. And that's an interesting one. So a number, they don't tell us what it is n. So you would say n times n. Well, that is the same as n to the second power. So technically, you would write it like that. Okay. Now, quotient is the answer. Am I going too fast? No. Okay, good. Quotient is the answer to a division problem. And so, and I want to point out a couple of things. If I were to say to you 10 divided by 2, that's how most people see it. But if we're in algebra, sometimes we could write it like a fraction, like this, 10 divided by 2. Those two things mean the same thing. So when they say a quotient of 3 and a number n, we go in the order that they write it. So in other words, 3 goes on the top and n goes on the bottom. So I'll pause just a second there, give you a chance to write all those things down. You could use x too. And in other words, this could be there. This wouldn't be wrong if you were to say x minus 5. You could say x squared. You could say 3 divided by x. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's do the next one. We'll say 10 combined with 1/2 of a number. Well, that one's a little trickier. We don't know what the number n is, but we're being told to take 1/2 of it and combine it. Now, combine usually implies that you add the numbers. Okay. So really what we're doing is we're saying 10. I should probably write that in black so you can see it better. I'll fix it just in case. So 10 combined with, which would be added to 1/2 of a number. And so you could use n. I'm going to switch it up and put an x in here. I'm sure at some point somebody will look at this and say, well, is it an x or is it n? And I'm going to say it can be either. Okay. Again, you can just pick out a number. Let's say that n equals 20. Well, 10 combined with 1/2 of 20. Okay, well, what's 1/2 of 20? 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. And then if you write this out and then plug in 20 and it makes sense, then you wrote the expression correctly. Okay. 10 more than twice a number. 10 more implies that you're adding 10 twice a number. So we'll use x this time. How do you think you would write twice a number? So let's make up a number for the number. What do you think the number is? Just pick a number, make one up. 20. What's twice of 20? How'd you get that?
So times by 2.
There you go. So if I'm going to say twice x, what do you think I would write?
Times by 2.
Yeah, times it by 2. So we're going to times this by 2, but we're going to add 10 to it. That's it.
Is that the one you heard 80% on or whatever?
All right. Do you need to see me tonight?
I wanted a calculator, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, you want to jump in here? We're
Oh, okay.
recording stuff.
Okay.
Don't jump on in front of the camera, though, because I'm going to post these on YouTube. Well, maybe I'll pause here for a second, give everybody a second to get set up.